Hi, my name is Chris Arndt, and I'd like to talk about setting up a WordPress package. Now, I'll be talking about setting up a WordPress.org package, not WordPress.com. Last time, I talked about the difference between the two, and the difference being WordPress.com is a service that allows you to easily create your own online account for setting up your own blog. The problem with this is that it doesn't have a lot of customization that WordPress.org gives you. On the other hand, WordPress.org requires you to go through the process of setting up your package and installing your own themes and stuff like that. But the benefit is that you get the customization. So the steps I'm going to go over is getting a domain name and hosting package, then downloading and installing this freeware, and that'll go through uploading it and changing configuration files. Then we're going to load up the site in the browser and make sure that everything is working fine. Then we're going to set up our own credentials and change our password, and we'll be done. So the first step is to set up a hosting package and domain. The service that I use is HostGator. HostGator is great because it gives you unlimited hosting, which is unlimited disk space, bandwidth, databases, and they have tons of leading features, and it's really cheap too. They also have great live support that I've used numerous times, and for a low-end hosting company, they're very, very good. I haven't tried out any of their dedicated servers or reseller, but for the average user, just the $4.95 pack would be pretty good. To get a domain name, you can either go through HostGator.com or you can go through another company like GoDaddy and have it transferred. Alright, so once we have our domain set up, what we're going to need to do is go and download WordPress. So just go to wordpress.org and on the front page here click Download WordPress. And then in the upper right, click Download WordPress. Alright, so once that's downloaded, then what you're going to need to do is go on to your domain and upload the package. So I can just go right into my cPanel, or you can use an FTP program. I'm going to go into my file manager, and I'm just going to upload this right to my root directory. And then I'm going to navigate and find WordPress 2.9.2, and that will start uploading. Alright, now that it's uploaded, I can go back, and I can scroll down and select WordPress, and then I can extract it. When I do this, it will set up this folder right here, WordPress. So I'm just going to double click that to open it up. Alright, the first thing that we're going to have to do is find wp-config-sample.php. We're going to have to rename this and get rid of the sample. Once we've done that, we can open up our domain name and locate the folder that we're going to need. And right here it says error establishing a database connection. So the thing is, WordPress is powered by databases, and MySQL databases in particular. So we're going to need to go back to our HostGator control panel and locate MySQL databases. Now I'm going to have to set up a new database for this account, and I'm going to call it Word1. Once that's created, I'm going to go down to the middle area, and where it says MySQL users, I'm going to create a new user called Word1 to go with that domain. It doesn't have to be the same name, it can be any name that you want. And the password is going to be apples. I know it says that it's a very weak password, but it should be fine. Alright, now the last step is that you have to add the user to the database. So find word1 and find word1, click add. In here we're going to just select all privileges. Alright, now that that's set up, we're going to go over to our cPanel, the file manager, and we're going to edit wp-config.php. So I can just right click on that and click code edit. And at the top here we see these 4 define statements. And in each of these we're going to enter in our information. So the first one is our database name, and for me that's Sandfire Word1. And the name of the database user is also Sandfire Word1. My password is apples. Save changes, and go back to the file manager. Alright, so now I can go back to our WordPress folder and refresh, and we see this. Now if you don't see this and you see a server error 500 message, then you need to go through the process of checking your permissions to make sure that they are 755. I'll explain that right now. Alright, inside of your file management system, what you can do is first click select all, and at the top click change permissions. You can see mine are already 755. But here what you would do is if they were 777, you could just uncheck these 2 boxes and click change permissions. And then what you have to do is click up 1 level, and this will take you back to the root folder, and then click WordPress and change permissions, and make sure that these are all 755. So, now that this is already set up and it's working, we need to set up our information. So we can set up our blog title. My title is just going to be example blog, and I'll set up an email. Then I'll install WordPress. And it gives me this password that seems like a bunch of gibberish. So the last step what we're going to go through is we're going to set up the credentials. So click login, and then type in this password here. And you don't have to check remember me, because we're going to go through the process of changing our password. So up here has a notice about that. So click yes, take me to my profile page, and then here where it says new password, type in a password that you want. I'll type in apples. Okay, so now that this is updated, we're going to log out, and then we're going to log back in with that password, and click remember me. And up here, if you need to, you can click change. Alright, so now our WordPress blog should be completely set up. To view it at any time, you can click example blog up here. This will be the title of your blog, and it will load your new blog. Congratulations.